But having all this time off and fights being pushed out.
Woke up at 1. That was good, man. Oh, yeah. Oh, bro. Thank you, sir.
Joseph Parker's intense training routine surfaces across social media, where we see him get ready for his bout against Daniel Dubois. Joseph Parker arrived in Riyadh for his training regime. In order to limit distractions and focus solely on his sparring and technical workouts, Parker has chosen the renowned Mike Tyson boxing gym as his new training base. By relocating to this specialized gym, Parker aims to fine-tune every aspect of his boxing, and the controlled setting allows him to concentrate on his workouts.
And we're back, Andy. We're back here again. Trained before for the when we were fighting Wilder. So,
Parker has revealed that ever since he connected with George Lockhart, he has been closely monitoring his heart rate during workouts. This data-driven approach helps Parker and his team gauge his conditioning levels throughout his training camp. Andy Lee actively tracks various performance metrics through the device, allowing them to assess his fitness progression and make necessary adjustments to his training load.
I've been using one since linked up with George, and we monitor everything. You know, so when I'm doing the boxing with Andy, we monitor it. When I'm doing the runs.
Former pro boxer Richie Woodhall acknowledged the difficulty of predicting a clear winner. Woodhall praised Parker's recent resurgence, highlighting how the former WBO heavyweight champion has regained his speed and refined his boxing ability over his last few fights.
Tough fight to call because Parker has improved so much over his last 3 or 4 fights. Got the speed back. You know, and he's a really good boxer.
However, he gave credit to Daniel Dubois, noting the young heavyweight's continuous improvement. Woodhall expressed confidence that Dubois would take another step forward in his development, citing his strong jab, solid overall boxing ability, and particularly his left hook on the inside, which he described as a hidden gem. Ultimately, while he acknowledged Parker's skill and recent progress, Woodhall slightly leaned toward Dubois as the likely victor. He added, "Daniel is managing rounds a lot better now. He is not like that early Daniel Dubois where he went off a little bit too quick."
Daniel Dubois has come through some really good contests where he keeps improving, and I think he'll improve again. So if I had to go one way or the other, I'd probably just edge towards Dubois. Great jab, and I felt that jab taking him on the pads many times. Real good kid. Decent boxer, a lot of power in his right hand, but also the left hook on the inside is probably his hidden punch. That's the real danger shot. So I'd probably just edge towards Daniel, to be honest.
An often overlooked but critical element of a fighter's preparation is nutrition. Parker's meals are carefully prepared by none other than renowned nutritionist George Lockhart, a former U.S. Marine with a storied reputation. Lockhart crafts every meal with the fighter's performance in mind, recognizing that diet is a major part of the training regime. He ensures that Parker's nutritional intake is perfectly balanced.
Woke up at 1. That was good, man. Oh, yeah. Oh, bro. Thank you, sir.
Boxing commentator Simon Jordan praised Joseph Parker as a top-class operator both inside and outside the ring, highlighting his professionalism and respectful demeanor, while Parker engaged in a bit of back and forth with Dubois during the face-off. While he does not expect an easy fight, he ultimately predicts that Dubois will secure the victory and stop Parker before the final bell.
He's a top-class operator in all aspects, both in the ring and outside of the ring. And so you find yourself in a situation when you listen to Joseph Parker that there's not a lot of trash talking that goes on. He can have a go, and you know, he did the other day in the face-off. We had a little bit back and forward with Daniel Dubois with Adi Oladipo on DAZN. But most of the time you get sensible conversation about him. He's very respectful. He's also a very good fighter. I just think that Daniel Dubois is going to be a step too far for him. I don't think it's a formality, but I do think that Daniel will win, and I do think that he'll stop him.
Spencer Oliver believes that the fight is fair and well matched. He acknowledged that Parker's career has been a roller coaster ride, but emphasized that the New Zealander is currently in top form. Oliver pointed out Parker's recent victories over Zhilei Zhang and Deontay Wilder as proof of his resurgence. Additionally, he credited Andy Lee for playing a significant role in Parker's development, noting that the trainer has made a noticeable difference in both Parker's performances and his overall mindset, as reflected in his recent interviews.
I think it's very fair to say that they've both come into their own in recent times.
Indeed.
I think that Joseph Parker, you have to go back to, what was it, 2016, when he won that world heavyweight title, against Andy Ruiz. It's been a bit of a roller coaster ride for him, but he's in form at the moment.
Andy Lee's a big difference, isn't he?
Deontay Wilder, Andy Lee has made a huge difference, not just physically but mentally as well with him, and I think he now believes in himself, and that's what we're seeing in these interviews now, where he comes out, speaks very well.
Sports commentator Oladipo praised Daniel Dubois' aggressive fighting style, emphasizing that Dubois will go in for the kill. He described Dubois as a refreshing presence in the heavyweight division, highlighting his willingness to engage rather than rely on a measured or distanced approach. According to Oladipo, Dubois is not the type of fighter to cautiously jab his way through rounds. Instead, he will throw his right hand with the meanest of intentions from the opening bell, looking to end the fight as quickly as possible.
Dubois is so refreshing. Dubois is not trying to jab. Dubois is trying to throw that right hand with the meanest of intentions.
Both Daniel Dubois and Joseph Parker are pushing themselves to the limit in training, honing their stamina, conditioning, and combination punching ahead of their highly anticipated clash.
That's the one.
But having all this time off and fights being pushed out, it's given me.
Dean White acknowledged the impressive resurgence of both Joseph Parker and Daniel Dubois, crediting Dubois for his strong comeback and victories over solid opponents. He emphasized that this fight is a true crossroads moment for both men, with significant implications for their careers. White highlighted Dubois' power, describing him as the bigger puncher with a great jab and a solid right hand, while praising Parker's elusive boxing skills and sharp counterpunching speed. He believes these contrasting styles will make for an exciting fight, but refrained from making a prediction.
I had a resurgent. Daniel Dubois, Joseph Parker. Both had great wins. Against, he's had Zhang, he's had Deontay Wilder, and on the other cusp, he's had loads of good wins as well. I think this is a real crossroads fight. Daniel Dubois, in terms of power punching, he is the bigger puncher. Great jab, solid jab, great right hand. But Parker is an elusive, good boxer, counter puncher, speed. So I think we're in for a great fight in that matchup. I couldn't call who's going to win, and I don't want to keep going against the grain. I always back against Daniel Dubois.
George Groves weighed in on the highly anticipated bout between Daniel Dubois and Joseph Parker, expressing his belief that Dubois will emerge victorious. Despite favoring Dubois, Groves acknowledged the impressive form and momentum both fighters bring to the table. He commended Parker's resilience and strong performance in his fight against Zhilei Zhang, highlighting the determination and effort Parker displayed in that contest.
I favour Dubois. They're both in good form, good momentum. Parker showed a lot of nuts to get up off the floor twice to get past Zhilei Zhang.
Joseph Parker, who has been captured in a recent training clip showing him running on a treadmill with remarkable intensity. This is not your average cardio session. Parker's high-octane effort on the machine is a deliberate part of his regimen, aimed at sharpening his endurance, footwork, and overall explosiveness in the ring. In Parker's case, every stride on that machine is a testament to his dedication and preparation for upcoming challenges. British sports promoter Eddie Hearn expressed strong support for Joseph Parker. He joked as he was referring to himself as Parker's unofficial promoter. He revealed a personal connection, calling Parker his friend and highlighting the high regard he holds for him. Hearn confidently backed Parker to win the fight, firmly believing in his abilities and determination to secure victory.
I think he wins the fight. I'm kind of like Joseph's unofficial promoter. He's a mate of mine. I love him, and I think he's going to win.
Joe Gallagher praised Joseph Parker and acknowledged that Parker has a skilled coach, referring to Andy Lee. He highlighted that the upcoming clash between Parker and Dubois is coming up to be a classic, a proper old-school battle of tactics and strategy. Gallagher observed that the fight promises to deliver a high level of competition, reflecting the experience and preparation of both fighters. He stated, "But I just feel Daniel Dubois carries the heavy artillery."
Dubois is one of my favourite fighters at the moment. I just love the way that he's come back, written off. He's 26 or whatever it was, and got beat, quitter, and there he is. He's on. Everyone looks at him and go, "Wish I was on what he's on at the moment." He's got that energy, he's got that vibe. I like both fighters. Joseph Parker, good coach with Andy Lee. Andy Lee v Don Charles. It's a real proper old school fight, battle of tactics and that. But I just feel
Another key element of any boxing training regime is practicing the combinations on the pads. We can see that as Parker unleashes a series of rapid, precise punches. Unlike a mere cardio workout, pad work drills are designed to hone a boxer's technique, timing, and accuracy. Each calculated combination not only builds muscle memory, but also sharpens his reflexes and coordination. Joseph Parker's promoter, David Higgins, confidently predicted a victory for Parker against Daniel Dubois. Higgins argued that Dubois' reputation has been somewhat inflated following Anthony Joshua's performance against him. He implied that Dubois' camp may have become overly confident and believes they are unbeatable. However, Higgins firmly stated that Dubois stands no chance against Parker, asserting that the New Zealander will dominate the fight.
I think Joseph will beat Daniel Dubois and become a two-time world champion. And I think, no disrespect to Anthony Joshua, like he did amazing things, but he didn't really want to be in that ring with Daniel Dubois, mentally a bit shot. And I think Anthony Joshua made Dubois look way better than he is. And I think the Dubois camp are feeling unbeatable. I think they genuinely don't give Joseph Parker a chance.
Former world champion Darren Barker analyzed the fight and gave us his perspective. He advises that Daniel Dubois should focus on landing his right hand, and he needs to establish a rhythm with his jab. Barker emphasizes that Dubois must be aggressive on the front foot, and when throwing the right hand, ensure he brings his front foot in to deliver more power and control. He added, every now and again, Dubois is so eager to let that right hand go that he forgets to bring the feet in.
And I think that is something that he's going to have to try and do in this fight. He's got to try and look for that right hand. But first things first, I think he needs to try and establish a rhythm with the jab. Get behind the jab. Be aggressive on the front foot, and when he lets the right hand go, he's got to bring that front foot in.
Moreover, Darren Barker advises Joseph Parker to stay on the alert in the fight and focus on taking the range away from Daniel Dubois. He suggests Parker should counter with a left hook when Dubois misses, and also throw his own right hand, targeting the body. Barker praises Parker's body punches and recommends he slips to the outside of Dubois' right hand to land left hooks to the body.
He needs to try and take the range away from Dubois when he does miss, if he does miss with the right hand, counter with the left hook or throw his own right hand. I think shots to the body as well. He's a very good body puncher, Joseph Parker. He needs to slip on the outside of the right hand and throw the left to the body, or if he can slip on the outside of the left and come up with the right uppercut.
British former pro boxer Johnny Nelson expressed his belief that Daniel Dubois is growing well as a fighter. He described Dubois' style as fitting for a young man overflowing with self-belief and confidence, highlighting its concussive nature. Nelson emphasized that this style not only reflects Dubois' confidence, but also makes him a dangerous and formidable opponent in the ring.
Daniel Dubois is growing into the right direction as a fighter that believes in himself at 27 years old. His style suits a young man. His style with a young man that believes in himself, it can be concussive. Joseph Parker.
Johnny Nelson shared his admiration for Joseph Parker, describing him as a skilled boxer. He characterized the upcoming bout as a clash of brains versus brawn, with Parker's technical abilities set against Daniel Dubois' raw power. Nelson acknowledged that the fight is unpredictable. He envisioned the possibility of Parker reclaiming the IBF championship. Nelson stated, "It's a good fight either way. I can see why both fighters could win."
He's a good boxer, he's a cute boxer, he's a clever boxer. So it's going to be brains against brawn, and I think, you know, it could be a banana skin.
Promoter and manager Frank Warren had earlier dismissed the notion of Daniel Dubois overlooking Joseph Parker in favor of a potential fight with Alexander Usyk. Critics had pointed to Dubois calling out Usyk in the ring while already scheduled to face Parker as evidence of distraction. However, Warren defended Dubois' actions, framing them as a calculated move to seize an opportunity in the fight business. According to Warren, the winner of the Dubois-Parker bout is expected to earn a shot at Usyk.
And the winner of this fight, I genuinely do believe will be fighting Usyk in a unification fight. It's not a carrot, it's a bag of carrots. It's 24 carat. That's what's on the table for the winner.
Daniel Dubois' sister, Caroline Dubois, praised Joseph Parker as a great fighter, noting his toughness and determination. She highlighted that this fight is a big opportunity for Parker to become a two-time world champion and expressed her belief that he will give everything he has to seize the moment.
Joseph Parker is a great fighter. He's tough, he's game. And this is his opportunity to be a two-time world champion. So
Joseph Parker exuded confidence ahead of his fight with Daniel Dubois, asserting that he possesses both the power and skill to secure a knockout victory. Parker displayed confidence in his belief in his ability to outbox and outsmart Dubois, implying his strategic approach and experience as key advantages.
Possess the power to knock him out. I do. I can outbox him, outsmart him.
Frank Warren emphasized that one thing is clear: neither Daniel Dubois nor Joseph Parker is taking this fight lightly. He noted that both fighters are fully aware of the stakes, understanding the significance of this matchup for their careers, and he pointed out that both fighters have demonstrated strong self-belief, a crucial element for success in the heavyweight division.
I'll tell you one thing about this: neither of them are taking it lightly, that's for sure, and it's all about self-belief. He's shown what he's all about. You've shown what you're all about.
Meanwhile, according to Caroline Dubois, her brother has the strength, power, and determination to impose his will on Parker, leaving little room for doubt about the outcome of the fight. Caroline Dubois highlighted Parker's previous fight with Joe Joyce, pointing out how Parker seemed to be outmatched and overpowered during the bout. She remarked that it looked as though Parker was run over in that fight, and confidently expressed her belief that Daniel Dubois would replicate that same dominance.
I look at the Joe Joyce fight, and it looked like he got ran over. And I think Daniel's going to do the exact same thing.
Caroline Dubois noted that Daniel's growing confidence has brought about a revelation for him, a realization that he truly belongs at this level of the sport. More than just belonging, she believes he now recognizes his potential to rule and dominate at the top. She suggested that with Alexander Usyk potentially nearing retirement, Daniel sees this as an opportunity to establish himself as a dominant force in the heavyweight division. She added, "New faces are going to be through, so I don't see why Daniel can't be one of them."
It's like this revelation that, I belong here, I belong at this level. And not just belong here, I have the ability to rule and dominate at this level, especially since Usyk probably is going to be retiring soon.
Joseph Parker spoke with former pro boxer Carl Froch, where he shared how much he has changed since his fight with Anthony Joshua. Parker described himself as a completely different person, both in and out of the ring. He emphasized his growth, not only as a fighter, but also as a man and a father. This maturity has given him a fresh perspective, shaping his approach to both his personal and professional journey. Parker expressed his enthusiasm and stated, "I love what I do now more than ever."
So it's like a stage 2 of your career, isn't it? Because you've had a great career. I can remember when you fought AJ, when AJ was building.
I feel like the me back then is a lot different to the me now.
Yeah.
I'm a lot more mature.
No, definitely.
As a man, as a father, as a fighter, and I love...
In conclusion, the upcoming bout between Joseph Parker and Daniel Dubois has generated a lot of excitement, and both fighters are giving their all in their training. If you liked the video, show your support by hitting that like button. Let us know in the comment section below who you think will win. Feel free to share with a fellow fan, and if you want to stay updated with the latest boxing news, make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon so you do not miss a beat. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you in the next one.